Good afternoon. Welcome to our program today. I'd like to go through a couple little things before we get started just to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Thank you for joining. Today's program is being recorded, and you will receive a link later on with the entire program. We encourage you to share that link. It'll be on our webpage, and we'll give you a link. It'll take you right to that. We will be using the Go to Webinar webcam feature for this program. Please resize your screen to full size for best viewing, and we're going to show that to you here in a second. And we want your questions at any time. And just to make sure you guys know how to do that, let's go through that. So, okay. So this is if your screen looks like this right now, just double click on the webcam. If that doesn't work, double click on those two little arrows at the bottom right hand side of that little webcam, and that should take it full size for you so you can see everything. Again, we want your questions at any time, and to go ahead and just try that out, you see that little bar on the right hand side of your screen, that little box. Go ahead and type in the city you're from and just hit send, and then we'll make sure everything's working on our end so we can see everything that's going on. So go ahead and just type in your city and click send, and let's see who's out there. All right, we got Daresville, Georgia, Rosenberg, Texas, Tyler. Thank you, Matthew. Great job, everybody. Granbury, and they are coming in. So we are about, I think that's all I've got. Again, any questions at any time, Sugar Land, Houston, please weigh in, and I will convey them to our speakers today or our guests. And we are about ready to go. Just one more thing, TexasAsphalt.org is where everything is. If you click on TexasAsphalt.org in your browser, it'll take you to our homepage. Bottom middle there, where it says TXAPA Live. If you click on that, that'll take you to a page. We'll give you all our previous recordings right there. So we'll talk more about our webpage today and about some of the other offerings with our guests today. But that's all I've got for now. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce our host today, Mr. Harold Mullen.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to TXAPA Live. I'm Harold Mullen, and we are delighted that you are joining us today on another session of TXAPA Live. We have a great program lined up for you. First off, we want to just say we hope you're safe, we hope you're healthy, and getting through all the challenges we have through COVID-19. And, you know, we see evidence that you are. We see great evidence that our industry continues to grow, continues to get the job done. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everything that you're doing through these challenges to turn them into opportunities. So thank you for being resilient through that. I want to thank Jim Warren back there behind the boards. He makes all this happen for us. He does all the technology, and Jim is doing a great job, not only at TXAPA Live, but for all the things that we're doing as he works as our Director of Engineering and Technology. So, Jim, appreciate that.
I'll give you the $20 later for the promo.
You got it, my man. I'm counting on it. And I need a hamburger later on.
All right, we got it.
I just want to say thank you to Jim, and then also just say be sure and ask those questions when any question comes up. Jim told you how to do that. That's what TXAPA Live is all about. So just be sure and have those questions coming in. You know, Jim, I heard you calling off some different cities and that type of thing, but I didn't hear the center of the universe yet. So I guess Mississippi State University has not checked in. So
not yet. Not yet. We're still waiting.
Just let us know when that happens.
I'll let you know. Yep.
You know, today we have Emily Adams as our guest. Emily is our Director of Marketing at TXAPA, and we thought one of the great things for our TXAPA Live is to update our members on the services that we're providing, the values that are out there, things that you can use, the tools that we have come up with, and Emily is very instrumental in helping us do that. So, Emily, welcome to TXAPA Live.
Oh, thank you so much, Harold. It's great to be here.
You know, I know you have a great boyfriend in AJ, and I know y'all spend a lot of time together. How have you and AJ been doing in all the COVID and all the things going on?
Well, we've become gourmet cooks and home improvement pros, and our yard has never looked better. So.
Fantastic. Sounds like a lot of folks. We're going to get back with Emily in just a moment. And first off, we're going to do our safety share, and we're going to go through a few news and notes. So we're going to jump right to the safety share that we always like to do. We want to thank our Safety and Health Committee for coming up with these safety shares. And also, the idea of this one came from our newest employee, Lauren Selvig, who is our administrator at TXAPA, and want to thank her so much for putting this together and doing a great job for that. Our, one of the things that we really value is our vision, and that's one of the great resources we have is eyesight and being able to see all the beautiful things in this wonderful world. And a lot of times we take that for granted, so we want to cover some 8 tips that you can use every day for your eye care. Number 1, practice frequent hand washing and avoid rubbing your eyes. Have we heard that before already? Well, that's a way to take care of our eyes. The hands are exposed to a lot of dirt, dust, and bacteria, as we well know. All of these can be easily transferred to your eyes each time you touch or rub them, so wash your hands well and avoid touching your eyes to prevent infection and irritation. Of course, we always have heard now COVID-19, that's an excellent way that we could get it, is from our hands to other parts of our body, so we want to make sure that we're not touching our eyes. Protect your eyes from the sun. Exposure to sunlight and UV rays increases your risk for age-related macular degeneration and may cause cornea, sunburn, and photochoroiditis, I believe is the right pronunciation. Wear sunglasses or UV-protected eyeglasses or contact lens to protect your eyes. Wearing caps, visors, and hats is also advisable. Hey, you always look cool in sunglasses, right? So always be wearing those sunglasses out there. That's not just to look cool, that's to take care of your eyes also. And at TXAPA, we always give out hats, so always wear your TXAPA cap out there if you can to protect those eyes from getting too hot and burned. Stay hydrated. This is one I didn't know. Sufficient fluid intake is essential to your body's overall well-being, including your eyes. If you're hydrated enough, you will prevent your eyes from getting dry and irritated. Drink lots of water. Keep proper monitor distance and room lighting. Computer monitors should be positioned about an arm's length away from the eyes and 20 degrees below your eyes. Arm's length away, 20 degrees down. This keeps your eyes from getting strained. Likewise, make sure you have sufficient but diffuse lighting in your room. I know Emily's one of those who likes to work in the dark. Her and Steve and Jenna, they, I don't know why, but we're always on them about, let's get a little more light in here. So let's make sure we have lots of light and diffused light in our room. Observe the 20-20-20 rule. This rule suggests looking away from your computer every 20 minutes and fixing your gaze on an object 20 feet away, blinking 20 successive times to prevent eye dryness, and getting out of your seat every 20 minutes to take 20 steps.
Well, just don't do it all at the same time.
Yeah, wow. Okay. 20-20-20 rule, 20 minutes and fixing your gaze on an object 20 feet away, blinking 20 successive times, and getting out of your seat every 20 minutes to take 20 steps.
That's 4 20s, not 3. We need
Wow. That's a lot of 20s right
That's a
there.
lot of 20s.
Good rules, because that will keep your eyes from getting too dry and irritated. Get enough sleep. Just like the rest of your body, your eyes need to recharge too, and this happens while you sleep. Make sure that you get sufficient shut-eye each night to keep your eyes revitalized and healthy. We know how much, how important that sleep, enough sleep is, so it even affects your eyes. So when you get plenty of sleep, wear the appropriate eye safety gear for different activities. No matter what you do, make sure that your eyes are protected. If you're going swimming, wear goggles. If you're working on a home project or on the job site, put on safety glasses, protect your eyes from dust particles, bacteria, and injuries. Even when you're working around the house, if you're cutting the bushes or cleaning out the gutters, whatever it might be sure you wear those safety glasses. That's very important. Keep your surroundings clean. Exposure to dirt and dust can irritate the eyes, so make sure that the places you frequent are well maintained and clean. Change your linens and towels regularly, and keep your workstation clutter-free.
Good
All
job.
right.
Good stuff there.
That's very good stuff. 8 tips for everyday eye care.
Just remember, questions at any time. And thank you for Fort Worth and Irving, to Ray and Eric. We appreciate you guys being in today.
Hey, we hope everything's great up there in the Metroplex. We know there's lots of activity up there, a lot going on for sure. A few news and notes here. The August letting is August 5th and 6th. Coming up, that's next week, isn't it?
Yes,
5th and 6th?
Yep.
There's approximately 113 projects estimated at $842 million. It's going to be a very good letting. The local lettings are estimated at 20 projects for $23 million. All total, about $864 million will be let in the month of August. Emily, you know, speaking of that, we always have a letting report each month. I know y'all put together a letting report. When does that usually come out?
Letting report comes out on the 25th of the month, generally thereabout, unless we have a weekend or something, but that's generally when we try to send that out to everybody.
Perfect. Thank you very much. She has information in there about how many hot mix projects there are, what the tonnage is, all those details of what kind of mixes there are. So a great report, and we appreciate that coming out for sure. Also, I just want to have a little reminder there. There's new specifications out there, as y'all well know, but there's specifications in these projects that are being let. But also, there's some general notes that are accompanying those projects. And we want to stress, please let us know when you see general notes that are contradicting, I'll put the specification, or a little different than what we should be seeing. There's been a lot of work putting these specifications together, lots of review, lots of discussion, and when we see general notes that are maybe contradictory to the specification, we want to know that so we can find out what's going on there while we're having that. So just pay attention to those general notes, and please let us know. Feel free to call Jim, call Chuck Fuller, or myself, and let us know about those general notes.
Yeah, I mean, you could get some unintended consequences that we're not even anticipating and cause problems that we don't need. So, yeah, just let us know.
Exactly, Jim. And one of the things that's happened, sometimes they don't get to clean up the general notes in time since we do have the new specification. So there's some of those older general notes that they just haven't got to us yet.
That's
so
a really good
cleaned
point.
up.
That's
So
a really good point.
if you will, be sure and get that to us. Great news out there. Congratulations to Ryan Barbarak. As you well know, Ryan has been the TXAPA Flexible Payments section manager or director for many years, and he just got promoted. He is now the deputy director at Materials and Test Division.
Woo-hoo.
As everybody knows, Miles Garrison is now the director at Materials and Test since Buddy Williams moved on up to the back to the Atlanta district, and he's the district engineer up there. Miles became the director, and now Ryan Barbarak is his deputy director. So
Changing of the guard.
Changing of the guard. So that does leave
Congratulations to
a
all.
vacant spot. That does leave a vacant spot for us there at the Flexible Payments section director.
Now's your chance, Harold.
What's that?
Now's your chance.
I'm very happy. So we know that Ryan and Miles are working feverishly to get that position filled. So congratulations, Ryan. We look forward to working with you. Ryan's a great partner, as y'all well know. He's been involved in our committee meetings and communicating with us about these changes. So we look forward to working even more with Ryan in his new position. You know, that leads me to our specification program. We have a customized specification program. We call it a customized service for maximum results. We have found that these specification changes aren't minor like they used to be. These changes are significant in nature. They're very important, and there's a lot of them. It's hard for anybody to keep up with the specification changes these days, and so that's why we're putting together a very customized effort that is intended for you and your company only. This is a very confidential presentation that we can give to you about these specifications, where your people can ask any and all questions they might have about specifications. There's nobody from TxDOT there. There's nobody from your competitors there. It would just be us. Chuck Fuller, Jim Warren, myself from time to time are there, and we're able to give you the information that was put together in a package that Emily and Jenna helped put together that has everything in one spot to where you can get this information about item 3076, item 3077, and also TxDOT's liquid binder sampling and testing program. So it's a great program. I encourage all of our members to give us a call, let us know, get on the schedule. Jim, I think y'all have already done over 10. So you know,
at least, yeah. They're fun. Every one of them is fun. We're learning stuff. We're sharing stuff. They're great opportunities to get to know our members better and give them information. And you know, and honestly, we've had some really good feedback from them. So I think it's doing what we anticipated we wanted them to do. So, but again, if you haven't scheduled, give us a call. We'd love to talk to you guys.
Absolutely, Jim. Jim's exactly right on all cases there. I just want to throw in, you don't want to be left behind on this because there's a lot of people getting involved. I know we have a list going of who all is going to be getting them, so you don't want to be left out. You want to know about this. You want to stay competitive. So I just urge everybody to take this opportunity. And Jim, you're right. This thing, we've gotten great feedback on this program. So we kind of figured that there was a big need out there. Once you learn about the specifications, the next step is how do I use these specifications? How do I be in compliance? How does my operations fit with these new specifications? And that's exactly what we came out with was our optimization series. And so that takes the specifications one step further as to how you can maximize your operations to achieve quality and achieve bonuses. And bonuses, that's not a dirty word out there. It seems like we never talk about bonuses enough. Yeah. But if everybody understands, bonus money is already in that project. That money is there. TxDOT is wanting that better quality, and so they're willing to pay that bonus for it. So we want to show and talk and discuss and communicate how we can optimize our operations to be efficient, but also to achieve those bonuses and meet specifications to provide that quality asphalt pavement. So take advantage of our optimization series. We've already had 2 great ones. Jimmy Whiting, Ryan Barbarack met with Jim and did mixed designs, optimizing mixed designs. And then Jim followed up with T.J. Young and Chuck Fuller on plant operations. That was earlier this week.
That was Tuesday. Yep.
That was
both
Tuesday.
Both are on the website, and Emily's going to show you where those are at a little bit later on.
And then coming up on August 4th, Todd Mansell with Cat Paving is going to be able to tell you how to optimize your roadway operations to meet the specifications as well as to get those bonuses. So a great program that ties all in together. That is the Specification Education and the Optimization Series for all TXAPA members. So I want you to be sure and get a hold of those. Alrighty, and one thing that Emily's going to tell us about is everything is on our webpage. Our TXAPA webpage has all this information out there. So if you want more details, go right there. Just real quick, on August 13th, we're going to have Corey Schwartz in here, the director of our Hot Mix Asphalt Center. Corey's going to give us all the updates for the certification program, but I just want to throw a few highlights in there real quick. The HMAC Now is the virtual certification program. It is up, it is running, it's going for the level 1A, 1B, and SB 102, so you can get into those classes immediately. Also, he does have the online registration going and working, so go ahead and get online, get registered for all of these programs also. And if your certification was set to expire or will expire between March 16th and September 2nd, your certification will be extended through January 2nd. So that certification is now good through January 2nd. Corey did want me to pass along that starting September 1st, if everything goes according to plan, if the world doesn't change again, if we don't have more requirements on us, we're going to start having classes again in beautiful Buda. So September 1st, we're hoping to have classes in the Gene Carrier building here in beautiful Buda. So go ahead and get registered for those classes also. That will include training classes as well as certification classes. So hopefully that will take place. And last, I want to talk about the awards program. There's so many people that have been involved in that, doing a great job. We want to celebrate quality pavement and quality people, and we're going to be able to do that. I want to thank Glenn Dvorak and David Stevens and the TxDOT TXAPA Quality Pavement Awards Committee. They're doing a great job of getting that. All of our evaluators, we had 72 projects. They're out there evaluating them, did a great job. We're already in the second round. We're going to have some winners selected here pretty quick, so we're looking forward to that. Also, Josh Houston and the Quality Paving New Technology Committee, they've done their job. They've been evaluating pavements, and they're going to be meeting later this month to finalize their selections. And also the HMAC Certification Steering Committee is going to be meeting to finalize the technician award. So that's all coming to a conclusion here at by the end of August, and then we're going to have a big celebration for awards coming up in our fall focus. So you're going to be hearing more about that from Emily. But I just want to thank everybody that's been involved in that awards program. Through all the trials and tribulations and challenges we got, you've done a good job of getting this thing not only up and going, but producing, and will come out to a great success story. Emily Adams. All right. As I said, Emily is our director of marketing And really, that marketing around here is a lot of different jobs. That's communications, that's relationships, that's meeting planning, that's social media, that's all kind of things. So Emily really is involved in a lot of our operations. And Emily, just tell us a little bit about how long you've been at TXAPA and what all your duties really are.
Well, that could take some time, but as far as all my duties. But I have been officially at TXAPA since January 2nd of 2018, but I became acquainted with the association probably, I would want to say maybe 12 years ago now. I actually designed the logo, so I'm the logo designer, and I was a freelance graphic designer, and I came to know the association through a mutual acquaintance. I had a print rep and they needed a brochure, so I designed the sustainability brochure, if anybody remembers that, with the little kid in the blue bonnets on the cover. But yeah, so I've worked on and off with the association for a really long time, and I was really just thrilled beyond belief to be able to come on board as an actual employee in 2018.
Fantastic. You know, one of the things that we always ask everybody around here is, what is your favorite hot mix? Emily, what is your favorite hot mix type?
Well, my favorite mix type is PFC, and the reason for that is I am from Houston, and years ago I drove 32 miles one way to get to work. And those of you in Central Texas will know what a crazy amount of driving that is. So 64 miles a day. It's a big concrete jungle out there in Houston, or at least it was 20 or so years ago. And you can really, really hear that concrete. It's really loud. It's water everywhere when it's raining. So when you start driving at Asphalt, and I became aware of this when I met the association and started learning all about the product, you can really tell the difference. I mean, when you transition from one surface to another, the sound just disappears. Mm-hmm. And obviously, too, the PFC is very safe, and the wet weather conditions, it's proven to reduce accidents. So I like it. I'm always glad to drive on it. So yeah, PFC, that's the way I got to go.
Fantastic. I think that's a pretty popular mix. Everybody likes that PFC. It's smooth, it's quiet, it's safe. So good job on that. And who was the engineer? You know, I'm not an engineer, so who was the engineer who taught you about PFC?
Well, that would be Mr. David Kopp, who is I think he's now with Ergon. Mm-hmm. And yep, Mr. David Kopp, he is the one that I worked on a lot of early marketing stuff with TXAPA. He was here as a technical director, I think.
Yes.
And yeah, so we did banner ups, we did the step and repeat. You see, not this exact one, but our very first one in a long line of step and repeats. So yeah, that's David Kopp showed me my core sample of PFC and explained it to me, and I said, like a Rice Krispie treat.
I remember that.
Yeah. I mean, but I he took me on a tour of the HMAC, and it was, to not sound like a total nerd, it was pretty inspirational, and I've been involved and interested in asphalt ever since.
You bet. David Kopp, you did a great job. So we got another teammate because of that. So
thank you, David Kopp.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. You know, you've done lots of projects, as you mentioned, around here over the years, and of course, in the last 2 years, you've done a bunch. What's your favorite TXAPA project so far?
Man, that's also a tough question, because I get to do everything that I like to do. This is really a dream job for a marketing person, because I get to work on the website when I want to do web stuff. If I want to write something, there's plenty to write. I get to design. I get to kind of scratch every itch creatively. But the one thing that I didn't really have experience in, I had some adjacent experience, but not direct, was meeting planning. And I have to say, I really love planning the meeting. I love when everybody gets together. I've been able to see some meetings through from the very beginning. So like the MAPS meeting, that was the first time it was ever done. I got to do it and create everything about it. So I really enjoy that. I really love seeing the attendees get what they need out of the event and bringing all the members together. So that's what I'd have to say. Fantastic.
That's a wonderful thing. The meetings that we hold, they're always full of information and lots of fun, and we get to see people. And one of those things that we brought out of the ground, I mean, this one was a brand new meeting that we never had done anything with. Was a MAPS meeting. You mentioned MAP. It's yep. Managing Asphalt Pavement. So can you tell us just a little bit more about what MAPS is and where we're going in the future with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So MAPS is a way for us to reach out to a really important owner segment that we have, which is our cities and counties. Vast majority of the roads in the state and really throughout the country are owned by cities and counties. And you guys are out there making the decision as to what kind of surface you want to pave with. And those of y'all who are paving with asphalt, we want to connect you with the people and the resources that you need to understand the material you're working with and get the best results. And MAPS really was able to do that. We've had a great turnout to MAPS. We've had about 300 attendees both times. And just for some perspective, our annual meeting, which we've been doing for 45 years, this would have been our 46th, but that's 600 plus people. So you start a brand new meeting that's never been done before, and you've got 300 people turn out for the very first one. So I like to think it was successful in its endeavor to do that.
Extremely successful. Jim, you have a question?
That's impressive. Yeah, I just wanted to remind folks to go ahead and type your questions in. Let's get a question for Emily while we're doing this, and just go ahead and type it in and put it in. Go ahead.
Fantastic. Emily, you're right. They were huge successes, both the meetings we've had so far. We've had great committee chairs. Our associate member group has been a part of that to make sure it's successful. I know they've already met for 2021. What was that plan for 2021?
So tentatively, the plan for 2021 is to meet February 24th and 25th. We are right now in talks with a hotel out in the Houston area. We decided it's a regional meeting, so the first time we did it in Grapevine, and then we did it last year in earlier this year in San Marcos, and then we had planned to move to the North Houston area for 2021. We are monitoring the current situation and really kind of taking our time to decide with engaging in a contract with the hotel, just based on, we don't know what's going to be most safe, and also what our focus attendee group is going to be able to do in terms of travel. So we'll do something. Not sure if it's going to be an in-person or a virtual meeting at this point.
Unfortunately, we don't know yet, so just like everything else. But our
Stay
goal,
tuned.
yes, our goal will be to have one, and if we can, it's going to be face to face. But we'll just see. But we do have plans for it, and we want everybody to be aware of that. We mentioned the web page a little earlier, and back when Emily came on board at the strategic planning session, that was one of our charges, is that we want to improve the viability of our web page, to make it more useful, user friendly, those type of things. And I think we've done a great job on that. Emily, can you give us an update on the web page and all the content that's being put up there?
Yeah, absolutely. So, our whole team is just content generating all the time. So we're always trying to create things that our members can really use and take back to your day-to-day work life, and it has a positive impact on your outcomes. So our whole website is filled with those items. So anything from these webinars that you see that you're watching right now, they're all cataloged. We put them all. We kind of do a little kind of fluff them up and make them all pretty, and we put them on the website in one place. You can find them. We've got safety shares. We've got best practices from our CE&I firms. Those are all located on the website. We also have a resources section, and in that section we're addressing some very current needs and issues with our members, which would be the liquid asphalt binder testing and sampling program.
Yep.
We have a whole section on the website about that. It's filled with documentation that's been pulled together. So a lot of times the information that you need to know, it can live so many different places, and we've really taken the time to put it all in one place. So instead of having to hunt for what you need, it's all going to be right there in that one section. We've also got a specification and test section. So all of the specifications and test procedures that are being updated and changed is unprecedented in our time of the changes being made to specifications. So we want to make sure all of those are able to be easily found, and to when the TxDOT calls for the industry to respond and give comments, we want to make sure that you guys know where the information is, and that you have that opportunity to give your feedback, because I think it's that partnership and being able to let them know what helps you do your best work is how we're all going to be successful. So we have all of that on the website as well. It's updated every time something comes out. Every time TxDOT communicates something to us, we communicate it back to you, and then we warehouse it on the website all in one place so that you can easily find it. And then finally, under that resources tab, we've got the all hands, which is our new kind of communication concept. So in addition to the pre-paving meetings and all the kind of formal meetings that you have prior to starting a job, we've also got what we are calling the all hands, which is kind of for the boots on the ground to all get together and go over what the plan is for the day and what is to happen if certain things happen. So some contingency planning so that everybody who's involved knows what to do if it rains or if a truck breaks down or the mix is the wrong temperature. It gives you the opportunity to have kind of a guided conversation so you cover all those bases. And it's all on the website. It's all mobile responsive, because we know you're going to be looking at it on your smartphone and not on a computer screen for the most part. So that's all that stuff is included.
Fantastic. There is a lot of good information on that website. Emily and Jenna Nyberg is doing a great job of keeping that coordinated, of putting that information up there where it's easily obtainable. I just want to throw in about All Hands. That's a program we've had a couple of different TXAPA live sessions on that Chuck Fuller has really been pushing. I just want to urge everybody to go to that website, see that information, and then utilize that information. And if y'all remember, a couple of years ago at our annual meeting, we had a team called Afterburner there, and Afterburner was the Air Force pilots. They were officers and they were former pilots, and they talked about how you have to have a plan, you have to communicate that plan, you have to execute that plan, and then part of that plan was to have a debriefing. So you can't be complete with your project until you communicate your plan and you debrief. So you'll find all that information there in the All Hands on our website that kind of incorporate all of those sessions together.
Extremely important stuff. Extremely important.
You bet. One other thing, Emily, that we always use at every meeting is a safety share. Now, I believe you have all those on our website.
We do. Under the education tab, we have all the safety shares. We have them. The text of the safety share is right there on the webpage, so you're able to, access it again mobily from your mobile device or any type of device that you're using. But also, we have a nice designed, branded PDF that you can also download and print and share with your team if it's more of a situation where you want a hard copy. So that's all there for you, both in digital and print.
I just want to hear your comments. You were instrumental in helping us put this package together for the customized Specification Education program, which is just extremely good that we talked about. Tell us about that being involved in that program and the benefits you see there.
Well, again, that's all about accessibility. So it's structured to where we have a nice kind of cover executive summary that is linked to all the most important points of the document. And obviously the ideal would be to be meeting with Chuck and Jim and Harold and have them walk you through everything and have that really good detailed guided discussion. But if you don't have someone with you, the document is yours to keep once you have the meeting, and it navigates just like a website. So once again, it's about accessibility of information. So you're not having to pick through all the weeds. The important points are pulled out right there, and we've gotten great feedback on that. People have said that it's already making a difference in their day-to-day at work. So that's the purpose. That's what we want to do. So
yeah, absolutely. When we're doing the programs with our members and they're seeing that, they go, hey, this is pretty cool. Yeah. Well, we're telling them just drop it right on their desktop so they can access it anytime.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let me got a question. If a TXAPA member, which I am, does the letting report get mailed directly? If so, I am not receiving.
Oh, that's a great question, actually. We had kind of covered that in our pre-meeting for this. If you're not receiving communications, I'm so glad you brought that up. We keep lists, and we try to keep them updated all the time. If you're not receiving communication, there's a few reasons why that could be. It could be that at one time you may have unsubscribed from the list. It could be that our communications may be getting caught in your spam filter. You could be working for a company that has us on the blacklist and we need to be moved to the whitelist. So just give us, I guess, communicate, call me, email me. We'll try and figure out what is particularly the problem with your email address. But we do try to always keep our records updated. We may not even know that you've started working at that company. It may need to be a situation where we need to add you into our database.
You bet. There's lots of changes going on, lots of people moving around. We don't want to limit anybody. We want everybody to get that information. So it's vital if you move or if somebody else comes into your company that needs information from TXAPA, please let us know. As Emily said, you can contact Lauren Selvik, our administrator, Emily, any of us, but please contact us because we want you to get the information for sure. And if something happens and you just don't see anything coming across from TXAPA for a while, there's a problem because we're sending out lots of information, more than we ever have before. So we want you to get that information.
That's a great
So true.
question, Matt. We appreciate you putting that in there. Thank you.
You bet. Emily, just real quickly, we're talking about a lot of the optimization program, also the optimization series. I know you have that information on our website too, and the beauty of that is these great webinars and seminars that Jim's doing with these guys can be placed on there and they can see it at any time. Is it separated out from TXAPA Live, or is it? How did you place it? I haven't looked at the web page.
It actually it is separate from TXAPA Live. If you go under the Education tab and click the videos, they're all going to be right there. So we also have a Vimeo channel. It's Texas Asphalt. So if you go to Vimeo and you look at our channel, everything that we do is posted there as well, if that's easier for you. But we do warehouse all that on the website. It's under the Education tab. I believe TXAPA Live has its own little link that you can click. But the rest of the videos, all of our webinars and educational material is going to be under videos.
Fantastic. Jim, you have a comment?
Yeah, and when you're looking at the video page, she's got one up there right now, optimizing. Right underneath it, where it says read all about the optimized plant production. If you scroll back down there, we've actually got some additional printed materials that will go through this. So we've got one that's it's a PDF from this past week, and the week prior to on the mix design was actually got a PowerPoint in there that has all the information that we talked about. So it's a good takeaway. It's just one more little piece of information that you guys can use, you can hand out, you can share, you can debrief with your own crews and plant and mix designers. We're just trying to give you as much information as we can there, and we appreciate Jen and Emily for getting all that up there.
Jim, thanks for pointing that out. I mean, Jim's providing tools there for you, so we really want you to go to there, utilize those tools, and we get that good old quality asphalt pavement there. That's what the whole goal is, and so that's what that webpage is all about too. You know, one of your big items that you have to do and keep up with is communications, and we just talked about that a minute ago, about people needing that information, keeping their information fresh, but we communicate a lot now to our members. We want to be interchanging with our members about information. Can you tell me a little bit about the communications that we do at TXAPA?
Yeah, absolutely. So the number one most prescient communication we do that you would notice most immediately would be our weekly e-letter. So we did do a monthly newsletter. We sent everything out in that one monthly newsletter, but it just became, recently with COVID and with everything going on, there's so much more information to communicate. And also, just as we've evolved as an association, the more services that we provide, the more we need to make you aware of. And so nobody wants to have spam in their inbox and tons of email from the same source. So we do a weekly e-letter as well. And within that weekly e-letter, we try to consolidate all the important information that we need to communicate to you. And of course, we'll still communicate via email blasts now and then for things that stand out and that we really want to get your attention on. But that weekly e-letter is the important thing to be signed up for and to receive. And so if you're not getting it, again, like we talked about earlier, please do contact us and we'll make sure that you are going to receive it.
You know, one of the things we're really extremely proud of is our Texas Asphalt magazine, and you really jumped in the middle of that one and have been working great with that. You want to tell us what's happening at Texas Asphalt magazine?
Absolutely. So Texas Asphalt magazine is probably another one of my favorite things to do. I really love being able to, never in my life thought I'd be in charge of creating a magazine. It goes to 5,000 people, and we've really tried to up our magazine game. We've really it has a dedicated designer, so we're able to really add some style to it, make it interesting. We got a lot of great contributors, just so many wonderful members and wonderful industry partners that contribute content. And we always want to make it something valuable to you. It goes to, like I said earlier, 5,000 people, but within that there's city and county folks, there's members. Every member has an automatic subscription. So again, if you're in our database, if we have your information, you should be receiving Texas Asphalt magazine. We have a digital version of it as well, so you can read it online if you would prefer to do that. But it's a great advertising opportunity. You can advertise in Texas Asphalt. One thing that is important to note about Texas Asphalt is that it is produced at no cost to the association. It's fully self-supporting with our advertising dollars. That was what pays to have it distributed to all those eyes that are going to learn about your products and services. So that's one great opportunity for you there as an association member as well.
Great point, Emily. Jim, do you have a comment?
Yeah, you've even won an award on a couple issues.
We
ago.
did. We won a Marcom award for one of our covers. So it was our engineering issue from last year. We won a Marcom award. We did. And that's really my goal. I want to continue to make it as great as possible, because the more people that look forward to reading it, the more we can get our message across to promote asphalt.
You bet. I think that magazine is up to like 5,000 hard copy publication, and we don't even know how many there is on the digital version now. So it is widely read. I know we've gone to several textile offices as well as city and county offices, and people always mention it and talk about it. So we really appreciate everybody doing that. And what we really appreciate is our members being able to sponsor, being able to donate or buy the advertisement for that to make that thing work and be such a great tool for our entire industry. Jim?
What if somebody out there wants to get a copy of it, wants to get on the mailing list? What do they do?
So you can get on our mailing list on the website, actually. So under the About Us section of the site, if you scroll down, there's Texas Asphalt, and right there you can subscribe. It's a little form that'll ask for your address, and we receive those directly here at the association and sign people up.
You bet. Sounds great. So just a little recap there for our communications. We have a weekly newsletter, we have a monthly newsletter, we have a quarterly magazine, and we have special bulletins throughout. So if you're not receiving something from us, please let us know. Good job on the communications there. And also we have a annual directory too, and that directory came out not too long ago. So I believe that's where people need to participate and put their information in there or respond to your request. Is that true?
Right. So for the directory, first of all, you can actually log into texasasphalt.com or .org, and sorry, it's a .org. That's an important distinction. We get a lot of that mistake happening, but that's the first time I've ever made it on live air, obviously. But
we'll cut it out.
Good. Yeah, fix it in post. But yeah, so you can actually log in to the website, and again, that would require you to maybe communicate with us if you don't have a username and password, or if you just forgot it. We have a good password recovery system built into the site, but a big key to managing an association this large is always having your data updated, and we do know that things change a lot, so keeping your information updated. And if you log into the website, there's a My Account or Your Account section, and you can actually update a lot of different things. If you're our association rep, you can update information about your entire company, so your headquarters, different locations that you have. You can add employees to our database and give them their own username and password for the website. All that you can do at texasasphalt.org, and if anybody wants to learn or know how to do it, we're always happy to help. So it's just a matter of giving us a call or communicating with us via email, and we'll definitely help you understand how to use the website.
Thank you, and we appreciate that. I want to move on to one other topic that we were challenged by our past presidents about a year and a half ago. Our President's Advisory Committee, past presidents, they met and were discussing the activities, and they said, I think we can do a little bit better job on our social media. And social media was something we really had not embarked that much on. So we threw that challenge to Emily, and tell us about the social media change that we've had at TXAPA.
So yeah, I'm actually really excited to talk about that. Social media is a full-time job. It's really it genuinely is. It's a craft. I'm very proud of the fact that we have genuine social media engagement. So we're every like, every click that we receive is a real genuine person engaging with our association. We are on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, and we're on Twitter. Twitter, we have kind of a national audience, and we're really excited to be able to engage with like Audrey Copeland and other people, kind of some celebrities in the asphalt world follow us. So we're very excited for the relationships that we're able to build and the visibility we're able to get for not only the asphalt product, but the wonderful asphalt contractors and surrounding companies here in Houston, in the Texas. So that's we're really happy about that. And yeah, we hired this wonderful person named Jenna Nyberg, and she is our marketing assistant and social media extraordinaire. She has a journalism background, and she's the one that is responsible for all of the great posts and different things that you see coming out of the association on social media. She's the one behind it all. So.
The only thing I see wrong with Jenna so far is she's from the wrong side of the Red River. She's from way up north up there. So, but she's adapting great to Texas. And Jenna, thank you for doing a great job and keeping us up to speed and in the real world here for social media. So, a lot of people.
Jenna's been running the click-through on the website today. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for that. I know you're doing a great job.
We talked about the fall focus, and that's going to be a whole new realm for us. We're always so excited to have our annual meeting in each September, and our president and our board of directors made a very wise decision about our annual meeting this year. We're not being able to have it face to face, of course, and that time of year comes around, we're going to want something to do. So we've kind of put our heads together, and the board's thought about it, and our president, and we've kind of come up with something called Fall Focus. So, Emily, tell us about the TXAPA Fall Focus.
Sure. So, the Fall Focus is going to be kind of what we do to build that online community, build our community, keep our association community strong. Without actually being able to meet in person. So the genesis of being called the Fall Focus is that we're going to focus our attention on that camaraderie and that partnership, even though we can't be together physically. So we're having a month long. We'll skip, obviously, the first week will be the letting week, and we want you to be able to focus on the letting. So starting the second week of September, we're going to have some of the great educational content that we would have normally been exposed to at the annual meeting. We're going to have a liquid asphalt panel talking about the new sampling and testing program, talking about implementation and how is it going, and getting some feedback on that. We're going to have a DE panel with Quincy Allen, has wonderfully agreed to do that with us. We're going to have Michael Lee and a lot of other great folks giving us some great educational content. We're going to be doing our awards program, so that's going to be really exciting. We got a full-on Oscar-style presentation, although it's not going to be 3.5 hours long. We're going to cut it down. But the other thing we're going to do is we're going to have kind of a little fun day, and this is a fun day with no ulterior motives of educating or anything serious. It's going to be called TXAPA Squares.
TXAPA Squares. What do you mean by that?
So there's this game show from a while ago.
Don't say a long time ago, okay?
From back in the Stone Ages, there's Hollywood Squares. Apparently, there were 2 contestants, and I think they got asked trivia questions, and then the celebrity squares were supposed to verify whether or not the answer was right or wrong, and whatever. And so we're going to have Dale Rand and Robert Lee squaring off against each other as the contestants. So there should be there should be some really witty banter, to say the least. It should be very entertaining. And then, of course, we'll have 9 squares.
Have to get a mute key just in case.
We might have to be on a delay. I think a delay, that would be probably wise.
Not a bad idea.
No. But so they're going to be kind of interacting and bantering, and hopefully we're going to get a lot of laughs out of it. We'll have 9 celebrity squares, which will be some of our great fun members. So stick around for that. It's going to be on the what date is that, Harold?
I think it's September 24th.
Yeah, 24th, absolutely. And Yeah, so that's going to be our fun day, and then obviously we'll close out the whole month with our awards program and honor every single award recipient for the TXAPA Quality Awards, the TXAPA Quality Awards, and the technicians. We'll honor each and every one of you guys.
You know, I think we've already got the approval from Robert Lee. He's looking forward to
He's so
participating.
excited.
I think there's a contract dispute with Dale Rand's agent at this time. I'm not sure. We haven't heard back from them lately. So, but no, as soon as Dale gets back, we're going to get him involved too. So we're looking forward to
He
a
just
great.
doesn't know about it yet.
He just doesn't know about it yet. That's
Unless
right.
he's watching this show.
It's going to be a fun time for sure. So we're looking forward to a fall focus where we can bring everybody together, at least virtually, and have a good time, have some great education, have a good time, and celebrate those great quality asphalt pavement awards and people. Emily, do you have something else?
Yeah, and benefit our scholarship program. So that's that's the other thing with canceling our meeting and why that's so difficult to come up with a decision to make was that that's our sole source of funding for our scholarship program. And so everything that we do, we're also going to have a fun virtual golf tournament, so you'll get some more information about that as well. But those entry fees will go to supporting the scholarship. The Robert Lee and Dale Ram will be both playing for either TXAPA Cares, which is our fund for if something untoward happens to one of our members, one of our family of members, and they need some financial support, we have TXAPA Cares. And then the other, Robert or Dale will be playing for the scholarship, and then whoever wins you guys can make donations in the name of Robert or Dale, and then whoever wins, those donations go to the scholarship or the TXAPA Cares. We're also going to we're having some sponsorship levels for the fall focus. So we'll have the platinum, gold, and silver opportunities, and we'll be flashing your logo up on the screen during those shows. So everything that, not only are we wanting to bring our community together, but we want to obviously support our scholarship program because those young people, we have a great video about that, and we'll be sending that out to you guys soon to take a look. But that really will show you the difference that your dollars are making, and it's a huge difference.
Jim, another comment?
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I think somebody thinks Dale needs some help. They wanted to tag team and bring in Maksud as his partner.
That would be a team right there, Maksud and Dale, I tell you. That would be entertaining to say the least, for sure.
Thanks for the comment.
You bet. Appreciate that. Emily, we have a lot going on. We have a lot happening here at TXAPA, a lot happening in our industry. Do you have any final comments or any thoughts that you want to give to us before you step out?
Sure. I just want to say that it's a great industry to be a part of, and we're all blessed. And I definitely feel blessed and very fortunate to work with all of you, and thankful for every single member. And everybody just stay safe and keep on doing what you're doing. Everybody's working hard and building the infrastructure of Texas. So keep on keeping on.
Well, thank you, ma'am. You are a great teammate. So we really appreciate everything that you do here at TXAPA, and also Jenna does a great job over in the marketing department too. So that's what we call them, is the marketing department. They do such a great job on all those things. Thank you very much. All right, we're just about ready to wind up, but I want to say a few thank yous. I want to say thank you to all the medical professionals out there that are on the front lines taking care of everybody. I want to thank all the police that are out there, our military, everybody that's protecting us, everybody's keeping us safe. Doing a great job. Of course, we have our heroes also in our industry, and that's those folks who are out there in the labs. That's those folks out there on the roadway, driving those trucks, doing all the hard work for us. We appreciate that. We truly, sincerely appreciate that. You're always in our thoughts and prayers, and we want you to, any way you can, stay safe and healthy out there. Also, remember on those projects that traffic is picking up. We're starting to see more and more people on our roadways. That means we got to pay more and more attention to safety. Don't forget about that. Pay attention to safety. Watch that traffic coming through your work zones. We know that a lot of people are distracted doing that, so let's sharpen our safety belts and make sure we're doing everything right out there. All right, remember, you can catch TXAPA Live every week, the second, third, and fourth week of each month, and that's on Thursday. Of course, in September with the fall focus, we're going to Tuesdays and Thursdays. So we're going to have 2 TXAPA Live opportunities each week in September, and these always start at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. As Emily said, you can catch them all on our website too. All right. I think, Jim, do you have anything else for us?
Good to go, brother.
Well, we appreciate everybody being here. We appreciate you being TXAPA members and TXAPA partners in quality. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you soon. You know, put that big smile on your face and go get some of that Texas sunshine. Thank you.